Hi friends, so today I am going to make a DIY WRGB light. So if you are searching for WRGB, I think you already aware of the ratios which I am using is 40% of white, 30% of red and 20% green and 10% of blue. In case you want RGB light to be introduced instead of red, you can add RGB lights which is coming at 3 watts. Rest all are 1 watt LEDs. For the frame I am using the window frame. This is a 3-track window frame. Basically this is the one which I was able to get it from the local market, so I just took this one, and I am going to put the lights on the rear side so you can get the full span. So I am using in the rear side, and since you have this tracks, you can add the fans above it, and you don't need a heat sink for this one. So what I done is I marked 1 inch. I just divided the area by 3 and put the line, and also I marked 1 inch dots so that I can arrange the light equally so that distribution will be equal. And I cut the grooves here. I'm going to do for a 3 feet by 1.5 feet tank, so I'm going to join 2 tracks because I don't want to use single track and lift the light, because if you lift the light you will get the angle, but the thing is that the power will come down, and if you are planning for any carpet plants it won't grow properly if you are lifting the light. And for the stand what I am using is I just cut the 3 inch because that is the height which I am planning to make. So just 3 inch I cut it, and here I have used the commonly used edge binders, the plastic edge binders. I just used and stick it here so that the aluminium or the sharp edge of the aluminium will not do any harm to the tank. And after that you need a 10 watts sorry you need a 10 ohms 1 watt resistor for connecting the LEDs. This is basically what you need, and since I am joining 2 tracks I am just needing the nut and bolt. Otherwise this you can directly screw using a normal screw, and obviously you will need the wire, and that's it. That's all you need for making the WRGB. An acrylic sheet I am using a 2mm which was available for me, so it's a 2mm acrylic sheet which I will be cutting and sliding it across this one after I fix all the LEDs. So I just cut a groove here in both sides so that I can slide it across, and I just put it on the both sides. And I'll be putting a screw across all 2 channels. Okay, so this is the design which I have done it. So you can design according to your wish. So once you have your design, make sure it is equally distributed across the entire panel, and once you have the design, make sure to write it down in the panel in same fashion. I know it won't look good now, but it will not show once the light is on, so it does not matter, and it also goes inside, and we have an acrylic sheet also above it, so it should not matter, but make sure to note it down on the board so that there is no mistake. The mistake which I have done in my past lights is like I didn't wrote it down, so we will adjust the lights according to the space and things like that, and it will not be having a symmetric display in the tank, so make sure to write it down. So first I am planning to stick all the whites in the panel, so I am just using the component. And stick in such a way that it's easy for you to solder at the terminals. Once it is stick, everything is stick, I'll be using super glue or Fevikwik to make sure that the light stands there. So now the all white LEDs has been sticked. So now I am going to super glue every LEDs so that it will not move from there when there is excess heat. Just 2 points. Okay, so now I have sticked everything with super glue. So next I will go with the next color. So same way we will be sticking all the colors one by one. Okay, so we have fit all the lights. Now it is time for giving the circuits. I am using a 12-watt driver. So for that, all these LEDs can support up from 3 to 3.4 volts only. So I will be putting 3 in series, and also I will be using that resistor which I shown in the starting. So I will be using a 10 ohms 1 watt resistor, or you can even use 0.5 watt. The resistor is not at all required if the voltage is proper, but sometimes there will be fluctuations and it will burst the LEDs, or it might even reduce the life of the LED. That's why I am using resistors in each series. So for that I just check the polarity already. I'll just show it again. So I'll just, this is correct, and this comes like this, and this also comes like this. So I'll be starting with the negative terminal. If you are having the LED coated wires, that will be better, but I am having the regular copper wire, so I am just using flex. I just used white wire everywhere. And for the last one, we need to connect the resistor, which we took already. Make sure you solder everywhere, because otherwise there will be loose contacts. I'm using white wire across, so because it won't show off, because if you are using red and black, it will be showing off in the light. Same way I am using white color insulation types also. Okay, so the first series is complete, so I'll just check if it's working. It may not work at this volt. I might need to increase the voltage. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it's dim but it's working, so that is correct. So I can go for the next series. Okay, so this is the second series which I am going to do now. So same as before, I connected the resistor here and I am connecting the resistor to the positive terminal. And once that is done, I'll be needing this again here. So once it's done, anyway I'm not going to take any more circuits from here, so I'll be just soldering there also. Just a little bit. So once it is done, I'll just use the insulation tape here. This is the most time consuming one, like the circuit part, because we need to keep soldering each and every LEDs. Unless you have a circuit board designed, it will be taking much time for creating the DIY. So the only 2 series is done. Same way I will be doing for all the series. Okay, now we have connected all the LEDs on the board, so everything is good. I just checked the connection lights also, it's coming fine. Okay, so this is the spectrum which I was expecting, so it's fine. And the driver which I am using is 5 amps driver, 12 volts 5 amps. It will be giving an output of 60 watts. So once you fix all the LEDs and once the wiring is done, just check if any of the wire is coming above the bulb, because once the LED get heated, the wire will bend little more further. So if there is anything coming in between the LED and the aquarium, make sure to stick it. Otherwise it will come in front of the light and the light will not be visible. So like this, this might come in between. I'm just sticking with cello tape. This will not come. Installed, I don't see much issues. Okay, one more LED sticker. Next part is the acrylic sheet which I have cut according to the size. Just slide it inside. before that we need to do one more thing. That is like, I usually what I do is, wherever there is gap, I'll be giving air holes, so that the I'll be putting two fans in the rear side. So these are the 12-watt fans which I will be putting on the rear side of the light. So I always prefer to give some holes in between, so that the air circulation is there even inside, not only on the back side but also in the inside, so the overheating problem will not occur at all. So now I need to I need to give few holes on this one. Okay, so you can see now I have put holes almost everywhere, and center, this is the 2 points where I am planning to put the fan. So I put 2 holes there, so the air will go inside directly from there, and also it will also travel through the track, because the hole is very small, but it always helps to reduce the heat on the lights. Okay, so next step is putting in the acrylic sheet, because we are done with this part. Now only pending item is the fans. So just press the wires so that it travels smoothly. It's only required at the first time, because the wires may be bent. Once it is set, everything will be fine. So I didn't bought any particular acrylic for this one. I was already having the remaining ones from my previous lights, so I'm using that one. That's why I have a couple of pieces to add. This is mainly because when there is any fall, water fall or bubbles in your tank, when the bubbles pop, the water will directly go and hit the LEDs. These are not waterproof LEDs, so that's why we need it. So now we have finished the fitting of acrylic sheets. You might have noticed, like, you are seeing red and green color end for the wire. That is the main wire which I have used to give the parallel circuits. Since I am using single color wire, that's why I am just noting the color, so that it will be easy for me next time if there is any repair, or if any LED blows out and I need to change anything. So that's why I just use that color now itself. I'm just rechecking to make sure that there is no discrepancies in the connection. Okay, everything is working fine. So that's it, and now we can close the frame. Finished fixing all the screws, so now the stand is ready. Now only item pending is the fans. Okay, so here are the fans, and this is the center mark. So we need to fix one here and one on the other side, so that we will get air circulation in both the tracks. And always, wherever you see the sticker, it should be on the bottom, so the wind is coming towards down. We are not sucking, but we are trying to blow the wind. Okay, so the wires are not lengthy, so I will be using one extender. Now the light is ready. I just fixed the fan. I just used Fevikwik to fix the fan and just took the connection and connected to the same power supply, because these fans are like 0.25 amps or something like that. It does not need that much power, so it can go along with the light, and it also will help us to reduce any power fluctuation if something comes high. So now everything is working, light and a fan, so the wind is blowing both sides, and also it will be going inside also through the holes, so the LEDs will not get warm. So I just placed the LED light over my tank. I'll just switch it on. Okay, so you can see now the right side is full of needle fern, so that's why here it is a little bit dark, but the other side you can see like it's very the bar is adequate. Like you can see the gravels, even if it is 1.5 height, it's reaching the gravel without any issues. And since we are using the different colors, you can see all the fishes will be in a good color, like it won't be vague, it will be like sharp color, you can see. So that's it. So this is how you will be making the DIY WRGB light. Okay guys, so if you feel like this video is helpful for you to make your first WRGB DIY light, please like the video and also subscribe if you think it is helpful. And I will be also putting the link where I got the LEDs and the resistors, because if you are from India it will help you, and I saw the rates are challenging and it is challenging compared to the local market. But if you are from anywhere outside, you can get it from the local market or the whichever online market is available for you. Thank you.